Hello everyone, this is the video tutorial for problem planar refractions, which is the problem C of CodeCraft 2021 contest. So let us understand the problem statement first. So the problem statement states that there is a universe which contains n consecutive 2D planes, and there is a person who shoot a particle of decay age. There is a term known as decay age defined in the problem. Decay age k on the planes from the right of the first towards the right of the first plane, and in the statement it is given that particle can pass through a plane directly, but there is one more thing, that a part when once a particle crosses a plane, it will produce one more copy of that particle in the opposite direction with a decay age of k minus 1. So say if a particle is of decay, say 3 is going towards right, and it strikes a plane, so it will pass through. That's not an issue, but it will produce one more copy of decay age 3 minus 1, that is 2, to the left of that plane. And at the last it is given that if decay age is 1, then there will be no copy produced. So then our simulation will stop basically. And there is one example given of particle with decay age 3, when there are two planes, basically the decay age is 3 and total number of planes are 2. So this is the example explained here. So let us try to understand this example with figure, and then we can move forward. So this is the figure explained. So there were two planes, this and this, and initially a particle of decay age d3 means a particle of decay age 3. So initially a particle of decay age 3 was shooted from here by the person towards the right. So firstly particle will strike this first plane, right? This first plane, the particle will strike here, and as stated in the problem, the particle can pass through easily. So this will be the trajectory of my first particle, this one, the one marked right now. But the thing was that when once it strikes first plane, the first plane will produce a copy of the particle towards the left of decay age 3 minus 1, that is 2. So this will be that copy, this one. So this will be the copy. Now this will be moving towards the left, and there is nothing left, so it can move freely. So this will be a second particle. This was the first. Now as this 3 also strike to the second plane at this point, so the second plane will also produce a copy of decay age 3 minus 1, that is 2, the same way the first plane created. So this will be the trajectory as this will move here of the new particle created of decay age 2. It will move here. Now again there is one more plane to which this 2 is striking, but it can pass through easily, that's not an issue. But the thing is that it will again create one more copy of a particle with decay age 2 minus 1 to the right, because it was going left. So this will be the trajectory of my fourth particle, d1. So now it will again strike here to this second plane, but as mentioned in the problem statement, that if decay age of a particle is 1, then it will not create one more copy, so it will directly pass here. So in total we got 4 particles, first, second, third and fourth. These are the 4 particles created in a whole simulation, and then our simulation will be stopped. So let me tell you quickly again also that initially there was a 3 going right, it struck this plane, so it created this one. Then it struck this plane and moved forward, and it created this one, this new particle. Then this moved towards the left, and this struck first plane, and this created one more. And now as it is 1, so it will not create any more copy. So total number of particle here we got are 4, and that should be the answer for this one, this case. And also we can verify it here also, 1 d3, 2 d2 and 1 d1. So this was d3 initially, these two are d2, and this is d1. So total answer would be 4 for this case. Now further in the problem statement, the output required is that just output me the number of total particles created in simulation, and as the number can be large, so just take a modulo with 1 in 9 plus 7 and just output that new number. And in the input we are given t test cases where the limit of t is 100, and each test case contains 2 lines n and k, where n and k can range from 1 till 1000. So that's fine. Now and as we already saw, first example was of n is equal to 2, that is 2 planes and 3 decay age of the first particle. It is already explained in over here, we already discussed that, and it created 4 total particles. So this is the answer. So this was the explanation of the problem statement. Let's now move over to the solution. So what can be the solution of this problem? Like when we try to observe this problem, it is basically just a simulation firstly particle is moving to the right, then moving to the left, basically the new copy is created, then again if it strikes new planes, then again to the right and left, and so on. This procedure will go on so and so till up till the decay age becomes 1. So one thing comes to our mind can be like using the constraint also, like constraint are n and k both till 1000. Using constraint also we can see that n is not simply 1 is 6, that we cannot maybe like say the complexity is directly O of n and we can derive something. So we can maybe try to run a simulation. We can try to see if this can work with the help of say dp, so that we can store the states of the problem and then reuse them again and again, so that our complexity also fits to our problem, and the overall answer is also there. So let us try to formulate this problem in terms of a dp. So let us see, as we all know, in the dp the most important thing is the dp state. So let us try to see what can be the dp state of this problem. So let us try to say make a 3 state dp of n comma k comma say d direction. Let me write it as a direction. So this is my dp state. So this is my dp state where this is basically a 3 state dp. So first state is n, then k, and then direction. So what n represents? N represents the so also okay. So this dp value, the state value of this dp state, represents how many number of particles will be there with this configuration, like total particles if my state is this. What it means by if my state is this is that there are total the plane to which this particle is striking is nth plane. Basically nth plane, the particle is my particle is striking to the nth plane, and it is just a general number. We can treat it as like ith plane. The k is that current decay age of my particle. For example, initially the particle is of decay age 3, then it becomes 2 when identical copies are created, and so on. So this is say my second, let us take it as jth thing, and this will vary till from k to 1, obviously, because after 1 no new copy will be created. And the third state of my dp is direction. So direction, there can be two direction of a particle, right? One is that it can move to the right, and one is that it can move to the left. So two possible direction are there, and here we are denoting left as 0 in numerical terms and right as 1. So with this we will try to understand how we can basically do it with this way. So as we saw already here also that particles will move on. Firstly they will strike first plane, then second, then so on. So let us try to understand how this dp state will work, like what will be the transition step and what all can be done with the help of this dp state. So see, let us quickly make some like say planes, and then maybe we can try to understand like how will be the transition, and then we will see this with the help of code also, that how we can code this up and all that stuff. So say initial just in some step of my simulation, there was a particle of say, let us take say decay age say 3. There was a particle of decay age 3 which was moving towards the right, and this is second plane in one based index. Obviously this was the first plane and this is the third plane, this is the second plane. So this my particle strikes the second plane, right? So my first this current say the current what do you say plane is second, this the value of I will be 2. My current decay age is 3, we take it as a 3, and my current direction is right, so it is 1 basically. So my dp would be right now would be dp 2, 3 and then 1. So this will be my current dp state when this is my particle. Let us mark it clearly, when this is my particle. So now what we can do, how we can transition, basically how we can calculate the value of this dp state. So what happens is, now as we already know, as we clearly understood with the problem, that this particle will move to the right, there is not an issue, but one more particle will be created which will be moving towards the left direction, and its value of its decay age of this particle will be 2, and this is obviously 3 because this is the same particle, just I am showing the trajectory of this particle, and this will be my new particle which is of decay age 2. So when I want to calculate, and as I already told, that value of this dp will represent that how many total particles will be created at the end of the simulation with this state. Like for example, you can treat it this way, that if I start with this step, this dp state, then what will be the total number of particles created at the end of my simulation, right? And end of simulation obviously means that once the particle will become decay 1, so that's clear. Yeah, so this will be the total number of particles created will be sum of this dp, that is, let us write it also, dp of 2, and it will strike this plane dp, first plane, with 1 minute based indexing, and it is moving towards the left. So this corresponds to this thing, because this is moving towards the left, so that's why 0, and its current decay, oh, okay, so there is a typo here, let us quickly correct that. So decay age was a second state. Yeah, so this is the current decay age of the particle, and it is moving towards the first plane. So this is the my dp state over here, and the sum of this plus this, because this will also create some more copies over here and so on. So this way sum is there. And what is the state here, let us see. So it is moving towards the plane number 3, so this is first state, decay age is 3, and also moving towards the right. So this is my dp state for this particle. And one more thing is here, that this particle is same as this one, but why we are taking it over here, because there will be some more copies created over this plane, or maybe if there is one more plane here, this plane, so we need to calculate that also in our answer of this. So but one thing here, one basically say one thing which we need to take care here is that right now if I directly add these two dp's, then I am counting this particle 2 times, because this is moving, this is the same particle which is moving here. So but yeah, that's not an issue for implementation end, we can just quickly remove or say just subtract this one from here. So I hope that is clear. So now and also when our dp ends, so whenever we do dp questions, so there are 3 main things. dp state is the first thing which we already saw over here, dp transition step which we already saw over here. We will I will also explain this with the help of code also, if there are some minor doubts. And the third thing is base state. So base state, as we already know, that once my decay age becomes 1, that is my second state becomes 1, it will finish, it will not move forward. So yeah, that's also clear. So this is the dp formulation. Now let us try to understand this with the help of our code. Yeah, so this is the code for the problem. So what we are doing over here is, this is our main loop, this one is our main loop. Here I am taking the input of test cases, then in each test case I am taking an input of nnk, that is our total number of planes, and then our decay age, and then we are assigning, then we are taking a vector which we already declared here this way. And one more thing here is that I am already taking maximum value as n thousand, so that we can assign it here global, we can assign a global array, because as you know that total storage here would be n into k into 2, so n and k both are near 1000, so 1000 into 1000, 1 is 6, so it would be good thing to assign it globally. So yeah, and also that way we will not pass it here, so we are assigning it globally over here, and also we have defined mod here also globally, so that we can use that. So here I am taking it, and what we are doing here is we are assigning -1 to all the basically dp states for all ij into direction. Why? Because we will be right now we will be coding up, I will be explaining the code of dp of recursion with memoization, as you can do it in iterative way also. But yeah, for many people the recursion with memoization is much more intuitive way to write dp, so that's why right now we are explaining this with the -1 thing. And why we are initializing with -1, because as you know we are using dp with memoization, so we need to keep something now, so that we can see if this dp state is visited or not. So yeah, this is the thing. Now okay, let me so now we are calling our this is a solve function. I will explain this, so let us quickly see what will we calling. This is 1 k and 1. So why 1? See, initially, like say there are many planes, many like thousands of planes say, but initially, as you already know, initially the person will send a particle here this way, and as already given, the decay age of this particle would be k. So initially this will be our particle, it will be moving towards the right, so third state direction would be 1, it is striking the first plane, so my one based indexing, my first state will also be 1, and the k is the age of this particle. So right now my dp state would be dp of 1, k, and one for last one for direction, right direction, right? So this will be the thing. I am calling this solve function. Solve function takes three argument: current, which means current plane to which this is striking, then k, which is my current decay edge, and there means direction. Cool. So let us dive into transition steps of the DP, basically this solve function. So what these solve functions do, so this is just like if you want to consider this as a black box, just like for clearance, this is a black box which returns you the value of a DP state. You pass I comma j comma direction, as I already explained previously, and it will give you the value of that DP state. So that is cool. So firstly, as I already told you that in DP state there are three steps. So firstly, let us write the base state. This is our base state. So our base, okay, let us mark this also. This was our DP state, right? Uh, so this was our DP state, and the transition is left. As I already told you, there are three steps, main step in DP state, base state, and transition. So let us see base state first. If k is 1, then return 1. What it is doing over here, that if a particle of decay age 1 is there available here, right now it is striking a plane, then just return 1. Why? Because it will not create any further copies, and this is the only particle which is moving. So it will not create any copies, and wherever it moves, we don't need to worry about that. Just we can return 1 because that is only one particle. So this was the base state. What is the importance of this step? This one. This is just to the memorization thing, that we are checking if my DP state, which I am querying, which I am calling with the solve function, is not equal to -1, then I am just returning it, because initially we declared everything with -1. So if we assign a value to a DP state, and obviously, and in my question the value of my DP state would not be -1, because there would be at least one particle, right? So if it is not -1, I am just returning, so that to keep the time limit also in here only. So this is for the memorization thing. Now comes our transition step. So let us see this carefully. So in transition step, what we are doing, let us mark this down. Yeah. So this is our transition step. So in transition step, what we are doing here is, initially I am taking a variable answer is equal to 2. What it means? So as in this DP state, we have one plane to which a particle is moving. Let us take right. Obviously it can be left also, but let us try to understand with this only. So this is my plane, this is my current plane, and this is my particle of decay, say k. Now what it will do is, this will pass through this plane easily, as already stated in problem statement. It can pass, but it will create one more copy over here, right? This particle will create one more copy over here, which will go backwards, and this is my current particle. So right now my answer comprises of two things. One is my this original particle which is moving over to the right in this case, and one is this particle which is reflected from this plane. Obviously there can be hundreds of plane. Maybe there is plane here, then here, then here. This, if this particle is moving, it will be basically shooted back from here also, or here also. That's not an issue right now, because that will be calculated. That's why we are using DP, obviously. So this right now we are declared answer with 2, which is me and my copy, means this me and this is the copy, right? So after this, what we are doing here is that we are basically checking for we are basically taking two if conditions, if and else, sorry. One is direction is equal to 1, that is particle is going to right. Then what we are doing, if my current plane is not the last plane, that is less than n, if it is not the last plane, not the nth plane, then it will create a copy backward also, and it will move forward also, right? So I am calling my function with current plus 1, that is this. I am talking about this thing, that if my particle is going towards right, right now I'm talking about this thing. If it is not the last plane, then this particle will strike here, right? If I was currently at this plane, if I was talking about this plane, then I told you that there will be two things, first and second. Let us talk about this first one first. So this particle will strike to this plane. If this was say if this was current, then this will be my current plus 1 plane, because direction is 1, so it is moving towards right. So this will be the plane, and here the deep I need to call current plus 1, and as this will also be of k, so the decay age is k, but yeah, sorry, and direction will also be direction, because it is also moving towards right. My particle strike this plane also towards the right. So this is my first case, and this minus 1 is here also. So why there is a need of minus 1 here? Because I don't want to count this particle again and again. I don't want to count this particle, this one, again, because this was already calculated here. I already explained it in note section that this particle is all same as this is just describing the trajectory of the particle, right? So we have already counted it here, so we will don't count it here, and we will count just like say the other transition which will happen over here. But yeah, we don't need to worry about them because DP takes care of them. So this was the first case, and obviously we are taking answer mod because answer can be greater than our limits. So this was the thing. This was the explanation of my first case. Let me quickly just mark this so that it is easy for the reference. Yeah, so this was my first one, this particle. I was talking about this particle. So now comes my second particle. So yeah, this was my second particle, which was reflected back from the current plane, this current one, which is my state. And now I am talking about this thing, this one. Yeah, so what happens to this? So see, this will strike this plane, right? This the plane to the left, as my particle was initially moving towards the right. So what will be the index of my this plane? It will be current minus 1, because it was moving towards the right, sorry, left, right. And decay of this will be k minus 1, because this was the new copy created, right? And also as it is moving left, so direction vector direction would be 0. So that comes here, current minus 1, k minus 1, and then 1 minus dir. Dir was initially 1, so 1 minus 1, 0. And here again I am taking minus 1. Why? As I already explained, we counted this now in this 2. We already counted this particle and this particle, so we directly just subtracted here. So that is clear. Yeah, so this was for my case. Yeah, just let us rub this out so that, yeah, so this was my case if my particle was moving towards the right. So let us quickly let me explain again for the particle moving toward the right so that it is properly clear. Yeah, so if my particle is moving toward the left, let us take this plane as current only. Yeah, so my this plane marked with the current is right now here. Now my particle is moving towards the left. Let us take it this way. I have a particle which is moving this way. Yeah, and the decay age of this particle is k, right? And yeah, just to clarify you, I am talking about this else condition right now. If was already explained, this was already done. So right now we are talking about this thing. So if my particle is moving towards left, so as this is the current plane, as we already know that this particle will move here with the same decay age of k is equal to decay age of k, but this will create one more copy which will move in opposite direction, that is to the right, and the decay age of this would be k minus 1. So yeah, so these are our two particles. One is these are full trajectory, and this is the second one. So for this case, what I'm doing is, if current is greater than 1, that is it is not my first plane, then what I will do is I will basically this particle will strike over this plane, right? Now this will be current minus 1 because my particle was moving toward left. So I will call function for current minus 1, and decay age would be same as it is the same particle, and direction is also same because it is also moving left, and minus 1 you already know, we saw above also. So this is this case. And coming to the second one, about this I am talking about this one. So if current is less than n, oh, also we took mod as we already know, and if my current is less than n, that is it is not the last plane, then what we are doing over here is that it will strike over here, right? Current plus 1, k minus 1. Why? Because decay, this is the produced particle, so k decay will decrease by 1, and direction is also opposite. It was initially moving left, now it is moving right, so direction is also opposite. And this minus 1 you already know why it is there, right? So this is the thing. So yeah, and here again we are taking mod for our limit issues. And the last step of our both if analysis, that we are assigning this answer what we stored in answer, right? We just incremented our answer variable already taken here to we are assigning a dp current dir is equal to answer in these both loops, and finally we are returning our answer. So this way dp will work, and yeah, the particles will take care of it. So giving a brief overview, initially what we take a particle which was striking at plane, then it will obviously pass that plane, and one new particle will created which will move in opposite direction with decays of decrement of 1, and we are taking both separately, and to the other thing which it does. Explaining one more thing again, that if my why I'm taking this current less than n, because if it strikes, if say my particle was coming this way and this was my last plane, so after that there is no plane, right? So we are not going to move here, so this is invalid, this case is invalid, so that's why we have put this condition, right? So yeah, this condition was that current is less than n, that is the current, this one is less than n, that is this is not the last stage, right? So if this would be last stage, there will be nothing here, so this particle will just move forward, and there is no plane here to produce one more particle, and it will just create one copy. And the same way we check current greater than 1, why? Because if this was, say, okay, let us see for this also quickly, and then we can finish this up. If my plane was the first plane, then if my particle is moving here, then it will just create a copy back, or say, or let us see it this way. If my particle was coming over here this way, then there is nothing here, right? So there will no more copies created by any plane, because there is no plane here, so there is just one step. So for the extreme planes, that is 1 and last plane, nth plane, we don't need to take case of two different cases, because in that case there will be only one case, right? We don't need to apply both, because there is no plane after that, so there will be no more particle created for, because after that. So that was the thing. And let us quickly see what will be the time complexity and space complexity of this solution. Space complexity is, we already saw, we stored a dp of size n into k into 20, n into k into 2. So this is n into k into 2 is our space complexity, and our n and k were 1000, so it is 1 is 6 into 2, that is 2 is 6. And talking about our time complexity, so as there are total n into k states, n into k into 2 basically, and we are doing it with memoization, so space complexity would be n into k into 2, which are given, and space, let me write it out here, space will also be this one, right? Yeah, so these are our space and time complexities, and this was our solution. I hope that is clear. So do like, share and subscribe our channel, and also see the other videos available for different topics. Thank you.